Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. The person I was helping sent me a picture and told me what the blue lines were. I kind of suspected they were score lines. He's got his nudge factor set on 13, so he could actually grab both these after he's contoured and everything, like we did in part one. And you could definitely do this with color mapping and then set the blue with a faster run. But if you will, after, because you might have moved this when you were contouring it, and then if you just hit P and take P, it's going to put it right back where it was. I'm going to go ahead and move these out of the way. You'd want to do both sections. But then if you put it in your laser machine, the laser bed, and if you will take the red or the blue and nudge it out of the way and run this in a vector engraving at like 100 power at 50 speed, and then if you're happy with that, then you could nudge this back over and nudge this back over and then cut that out at 100 speed, 100 power, 10 speed to cut it out. The reason I like this system over color mapping is that if you do it like this in a color mapping mode, it's going to cut all the lines out and cut the red line deep and cut it out, and it could fall. If you would take the blue, put it right there, and then, do it, fast and a lot of power, and this will, you're not wasting any time because it's going to vector engrave this really fast. Then if you're happy with that, you're good to go. Then just nudge that out of the way, and nudge this back and go. But if you did it in color mapping, and your laser bed isn't perfectly flat, or the wood has a little bit of a bow to it, and this falls, the thickness of the wood, an 1/8 inch, and then you go, man, I wish I could run this blue again. Well, you could probably do it, but it could be out of focus a little bit, and it could actually, and this probably piece is going to fall straight down. But if it's, in some cases, if it was a smaller piece, it could fall at an angle, if your bed was warped or your plywood was warped. So, sure, this takes a little bit more time, but not really. And then, he's evidently doing this to sell because he's going to ship them in different pieces of stuff. So once you know what your settings are, then you could, color map them. So you wouldn't have to waste that time. But you could do, you could do whole sheets of them. If you, if you had both pieces set up there, you could do the exact same thing by taking and moving the red out of the way and the red out of the way, and do all this and then move this out of the way. Make sure you get it off the bed and nudge this back, and then run that at where it will cut through the wood. So if you don't know what vector engraving is, it's just going to mark the lines much more faster than engraving it, because it's just going to zip through, because you're going to use 100 power at 75 speed, and it's just going to haul through there. Anyway, I hope that helped just a little bit. Thank you for watching.